Hey, Kisses from Kenya is produced by Democrats Abroad Kenya, but everything you hear in this podcast reflects our personal perspectives as, as Americans living in Kenya.
Yes, nothing we say should be taken as the official stance of Democrats Abroad Kenya, Democrats Abroad Global, or the Democratic Party. This is an entertainment space and not an official policy platform.
Thank you. All right. So this week, it's going to start off kind of sad because this week I knew I had a client and I was thinking.
You the one that always wants us to skip the sad parts, but now you want to inject
I know,
it?
but this is very important because I was thinking about.
I'm paranoid. That's not centered correctly. Keep talking.
Okay. So I knew she was coming up and.
For those of you listening on the podcast, you can watch us on YouTube and see how crazy we look in real life.
So
now we got to talk about both, girl.
I know. Yes, I know. But those
we live, we outside.
No.
Now bring down the mood. Let's go.
This is what happens. I know. I'm going to be a Debbie Downer just for a minute because I had a client coming up. I knew either she was from Lebanon or Jordan, those two, and I was like, oh, is it Lebanon? And then when we got on, I said, hi, such and so, how you doing? I could see her face, I already knew. And she's like, I'm just here. And I said, she's like, my family in Lebanon, they're okay, but there's things, they don't know what's gonna happen from one minute to the next. So it made me pause for a second because she was feeling helpless because she's in the United States and they're in Lebanon. Her parents, her aging elderly parents are there. She might have a sibling or two there too. She also felt guilt. She felt guilt for feeling how she was feeling and not being there.
Yeah, like survivor's remorse.
Exactly. Like, okay, I'm in America. Technically, even though things are not okay.
As a brown, I'm assuming Muslim woman.
Well, I don't get into that part of it, so I don't know.
As a Lebanese person, regardless,
but
in the U.S. at this particular moment in time,
she can pass. She can pass. Okay. I'll just say that. Okay. If she doesn't say it,
she got the blonde hair.
Yeah.
She got that area of blood that makes
Totally. But it doesn't make her any less guilty feeling, right? Because she's like, I'm in America, my parents are there. I'm still expected to be there for my team, be there for the company, and carry on as if nothing is happening. And so, of course, just hello, everyone. It's Kisses from Kenya.
Welcome back.
I am Vuyanzi.
And I'm Brendan. And I now have a microphone near my mouth. So hopefully you can hear me.
My son and someone else complained. We can't hear him. My son, yeah. He's like...
She's a yapper.
Mom, we hear your voice. But it brings me to this feeling of, we're abroad from home too.
Yeah.
Right? Just the types of mixed feelings that one has when you see something going on back at home. You're not going to go there. Not right then.
Yeah.
What do you do or how do you feel? How are you supposed to carry on like nothing's wrong?
I think on the one hand, I think that's part of why we do what we do, with working with Dake, because it's like, well, I see shit going to hell, over there. It's like, one thing that I know for sure that I can do is help people vote to make sure that we don't continue the madness. I wish that I could just, but I'm wind up on the FBI list if I talk about that.
No, so, just kidding.
But it reminds me of so I remember especially what you're saying about her experience at work. It's I remember back in. It must have been it must have been 2013 or 2014. It was around the time when Trayvon Martin happened, and there was that couple of years where there was just like a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember like feeling kind of helpless. Like I was here, like I was a principal at the time. So I was a principal in elementary school, like 100% Black and brown students, like 80% Black and brown staff. And I remember like I sent an email like out to my staff, which like is like the smallest thing that you can, especially as a white man, that I could do. But it was just basically like, look, like this is all really heavy. Like if you need anything, like my office is open to you. Like, and also like feel encouraged to also talk about this with like your kids and your families, because like all of us are going through this together.
Yeah.
You know, it was like when BLM like really took off. Like that year that it really kind of took off. And my manager at the time, who was a white woman from Arizona, so put that little puzzle picture together. She like gave me a talking to, like a stern talking to,
for doing that, like, for sending that email.
Appropriate. This is not. And I mean, you know me. It's like, while I am like a rabble rouser, I also am like a rule following rabble rouser. So I like also like CC'd like, you know, like a number of our central office staff, because it's like
I get that.
I want everyone to know that, like, number one, this is something I think is important for us to talk about, and number two, like, this is what I'm saying. So I don't want there to be any kind of hearsay, blah blah blah.
How was it inappropriate, please? What did she say?
She would she gave me so much word salad in the response, but what was also interesting about it was that, like, you know, I think it like hit her harder, like coming from me, like because of how I look. So I think there was part of her that was like,
"Excuse me,
you're not supposed to say that, race traitor."
You're white, like me.
But like I feel like that was a period of time where, like, yeah, there was this expectation that, well, and especially working with people like that, which, like, I have a lot of charter school white people war stories to share. But,
really?
Yeah, but like it was always that thing, right? Where it was like everyone was just expected to like show up and like do the work, which, like, if you were like, actually, I'm a human being and like I need like a minute, then they would hit you with that, like, well, you must not care about the children.
I don't. Okay. let me. But anyway, it made me feel a certain way. That meanwhile, in a regular structure, because that's basically corporate. My client is in corporate America, and it's just.
Well, it's like, why can't we name what's happening around us when the world is going to fucking hell?
You can't. And because I said, well, does your company, is there anything that's happening to? She doesn't even know that she trusts to speak to anyone in the company.
Well, because just like this, you never know who's going to come back and be like, well, that girl, like, she's stoking hatred.
Right? And you know she's Muslim, right? I mean,
exactly.
So
these
you know
days they'll report you. ICE might be knocking on the door. Like that one.
Seriously. So anyway, okay. So what's going on in the news that's getting your attention, by the way?
I mean, there's a lot.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
But let's take it down south, because there's been a lot happening down south.
Which down south?
You know, we always have to make a plug. Wait until Pure Joy. Headline.
You know,
what's happening in my underpants?
Black joy.
Well, it's either that or a medical situation. So.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, let's go down south.
So I've been reading about what's happening in my homeland down there south of the Mason-Dixon line. And, you know, we've been shipping them Afrikaners.
Back, aren't they going back to South Africa?
No, they're bringing them.
They're still
coming. So I was watching a video today from Mississippi, in the Delta, about how Black farmers and Black farm workers are not getting hired, and they're hiring the white Afrikaners that have come in and paying them more. Okay,
I feel like now that we have a podcast,
I'm like, how did we get here?
People need to know about this, honestly.
It's crazy, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that's some...
And then, as if that's not blatant enough, because that's pretty blatant. So, I mean, I'm sure by now y'all know that I consider at least my adult home state to be Louisiana. So Louisiana, there was this man in New Orleans who was wrongfully convicted and was imprisoned in Louisiana for like a significant amount of time. I think it might have been over a decade. And he was exonerated in like 2023. Finally it was like, you were never guilty to start with. This was a mistake, and he was released. So he ran for and was elected to a criminal clerk of court role in Orleans Parish, which Orleans Parish and New Orleans are the same thing, because the parish line and the city line are the same.
Yes.
So the city of New Orleans elected this man to be, like, they have a split clerk of court where there's like a criminal clerk of court who like runs the criminal court, and then there's a civil clerk of court who runs the civil court. So he was elected to this criminal court role. Partially on the merits of, like, I've been through the system, so I know how this works, and I can make sure that this runs the way it's actually supposed to. Some white motherfucker from North Louisiana, up where the Speaker of the House is from, introduced a bill, which, you know, of course, like it always is, it's like couched in this language of like making things more efficient and streamlining and standardizing across the state. But essentially what they're doing is they're eliminating his role.
Isn't that some shit right there?
And it's so bad. Like, it's so bad that there's even like white Republicans on like the committee that, like, you know, because the committee has to review it first before it passes to the general legislature. Like, there's a woman on there who I have personally been in fights with, so I know she's problematic. Even she was like, so you want to like overrule like what the people in this parish like voted for? Like,
wow.
She was like, at a minimum, like, I could see if you want to do it and like have it take effect from the next election cycle, but how are you gonna overrule someone that was elected like less than 6 months ago?
Listen. Okay, when you say this, I just need to interject for a moment and say that people, when we talk about racism and systemic racism and institutionalized racism, some of my people that I've known think that racism is somebody calling you the N-word. It's just the N-word. It's the N-word.
If they don't call you the N-word, it ain't racist.
I'm like, bitches, it is ingrained in the system. It is laced in laws and policies that will prevent blacks from moving up.
Well, and 99% of the time, they're not going to come right out and be like, no, black man, we don't want you in this role.
Yes. Wow. So what's happening now with the bill?
So it passed out of committee. I think our like the assembly or whatever the lower house is has already passed it.
They've passed it.
Yeah. Like, and now it'll go to the other side. And I mean, if it makes it to our governor's desk, like, Jeff Landry is a piece of shit. He was the one who probably put this man in jail to start with, because he's the former attorney general. So,
jeez. Oh, that makes me sick to my stomach.
I'm like, we need to bring back hate crimes, but for the majority. Hate crime, white people.
Yo, let us criminalize white behavior.
No, because that should be criminalized. Yo. As far as I'm concerned, you are essentially committing a hate crime at that point.
But that would never happen. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. There's so many things. Okay, I'm just.
Let's talk about you, like, because on a lighter note.
Okay, on a lighter note.
Speaking of black or white.
It's black, it's white. Yeah. Because tomorrow night I'm going to see Michael. I'm very excited.
In our next one, I want to hear about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But here's what I'm thinking about, right? Because we're in another place. Now, I've been seeing clips of it on social media when people are there. People are in the theaters. They're dancing. They're singing. Do you think they're going to dance and sing here? I don't know culturally are people going to do it. I might need to. My friend told me, she's like, you're the one who's going to have to get the party started. So does that mean I get there early and we get the party started? Oh my God. I'm getting I have black and white shoes that I'm going to wear with some, I think I'll find myself some white socks, and then I'll have my black leggings and probably a blazer and something. I wish I had a curly wig, or else I'd just wear it. but I don't. So I'm really excited. And this because it's not just going to a movie. We're going to see Michael. So, well, I bought my own ticket. I'm taking myself on a date, but it'll be interesting to see culturally how they're going to receive it. However, I did buy my tickets 2 weeks ago. So it shows you there's demand for them. So I'm excited about that. Are you interested in seeing it at all?
I feel conflicted about it because I made the mistake of reading some of the reviews, and they all said it was trash. But my primary beef with it is that like one of the main things that people have complained about in those reviews is that like it essentially cuts off right when like all the allegations and stuff started.
Okay.
And so they're like, it's like cute and like nice that like we like got to talk about like the most documented part of his life, but then you just artistically end it like at the descent into madness.
Because we want to dance and sing and have a good time. We don't want to leave the theater all effed up, crying. Did it really happen? And feeling conflicted. Just like every time an R. Kelly song comes on, do I dance or do I not dance? Every time
we do not step in the name of love any longer.
I know, but I do step.
Do you want to admit that on the internet? Get for her. I like literally I remade all of my like playlists and I deleted all the R. Kelly, P. Diddy, and Chris Brown. Because we do not support abusers in this household.
I'm not supporting.
Solidarity has to extend to all people. Where do you think their royalties are going when you play Step in the Name of Love?
Wait a minute.
They go to the victims. I'm going to tell you that.
I just want to say, we will unpack
this in a later date.
But I used to have, can I just say this? That I used to love Michael Jackson when I was 10 years old. We won't say how many years ago that was. And
yeah, of
you
course.
Weren't born. I freaking loved him. But
before the bleaching, he was great.
Yeah, he was beautiful.
It went real downhill.
However, and Thriller, of course, was like what? The most commercially
that was like
popular.
The apex.
But as a grown-ass woman, what I realized is Off the Wall was his best album.
That's a good album.
Off the Wall was the best. He was still black with a big nose. Maybe that's why.
It had the proper resonance.
He had the color and the nose and the lips and the afro. He had afro. He hadn't gotten a Jerry curl yet. Maybe it was because he was still feeling that. But listen to Off the Wall one day again. It's beautiful.
I like everything up through like 1990.
Is that when Bad was out? When was Bad out? I wasn't that crazy about Bad.
Was that even? That was late 80s, I think.
Oh, it was late 80s. I mean, it was okay, but it was giving Beat It vibes. That song, the gangs dancing in the subway.
It's like Michael in the era of like when he was in The Wiz, that's like prime. Like that kind of transition from Jackson 5 to the solo career, that was like some quality music. And also the Jackson 5, like especially like the later years of the Jackson 5, they made some great music.
Well, I just remember Can You Feel It? And I like that song.
At the end of the day, what I will say with regard to the Jacksons is there's one Jackson who will always have my heart, and that is Janet Jackson. So when she gets her movie, I will be there.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
I will dress up in my Rhythm Nation outfit. I'll be ready to go.
We
can all stand outside and argue over whether Rhythm Nation or Velvet Rope is her better album.
You're a part of the Rhythm Nation.
And the correct answer is that they're both her best album for different reasons.
Okay, so anyway. What about some joy? Let's talk about joy. So some queer joy. Do you have queer joy today?
I always have queer joy.
I know.
Carry it around.
In your heart.
That's one place, yeah.
Hello.
Well, mine is actually something that I think you can smell. There's a scent in the air because I've been cooking.
Yes.
Because, so for those of you that don't know, on Sunday, we have Vuyanzi bullied me into She really didn't bully me. I was very pliable.
Yeah, totally.
So once a month we do a Sunday dinner. So this Sunday we're having chicken and dumplings.
Yes, chicken and dumplings. So this is where I feel that you are a white man in a black grandmother's, but you are black granny in a white man's body.
Well, so I was literally that because it's like whenever I cook anything that falls into like the realm of soul food, of course, like then I like watch the movie, which was also another kitchen TV movie.
Oh, yes, from
Big Mama, your arm.
Yeah. Now you're gonna make me go home and watch it again. Jesus, you and these movies.
I like Cousin Faith and Cousin Faith fucked my husband.
And you guys, by the way, because the other week we mentioned The Color Purple, and what happened that weekend was I went and I watched The Color Purple.
Wait, how was that? How was your adult rewatch?
Okay,
you watched the Steven Spielberg one, not like the
no newer one. I watched the original one, so it wasn't that long. It was just a little over 2 hours. I saw everything differently. I'm just like, okay, she was a victim. I saw how strong Celie's sister was. I'm forgetting Nettie was, and I really, because I was confused. I'm like, wait, that's her dad raping her, which we thought
everybody raped everybody.
Right, we thought it was her dad, right? So in the beginning, she's having a baby.
Yeah, because they don't find out until the very end.
Right, she's having a baby, and just to see how abusive the men were, and it put these women in these positions where, what are you going to do? Yeah. If you leave, where are you going to go? It just so happened that Nettie had that kind of mind that said, don't let him do that. And when Mr. tried to come to her,
it's like,
she's like, F you, I'm gone. But that's not everyone. So it made me think about how many women were in situations where they were stuck.
Well, or it's like you think about, I think a lot of people like read and view The Color Purple and they think that Celie is like just like a dish rag, like she's like a pushover, you know, like that she doesn't stand up for herself, etc. And then of course there's the whole her telling Harpo to beat Sophia.
Oh yes! Oh my God, I'd forgotten about that. He said, beat her.
Yeah. Told Harpo.
You told Harpo, and Oprah.
But I'll kill him dead if I'm gonna beat me.
And Oprah was stellar.
Chunky Oprah was her best favorite.
Oh, she was stellar in that movie. Okay, but I know you're gonna say something. Yeah, go ahead.
But I was gonna say, like the thing, like I feel like people always overlook that there was that whole scene with Celie and Sophia when she was in the store.
Yes.
Where,
yes.
Like, so she like all of them supported each other in their own ways.
Yeah.
Even though all of them were not like Nettie and Suge, who were so outwardly able to kind of buck the system.
Yeah. And okay, and also I was looking at this scene between Celie and Suge. So but I feel
now that you know there was coochie.
I know. I feel like she was bi, right? Because she loved herself a man too.
They both
were. Yeah, I don't know what Celie was. I feel like she just would have been full gay, like not bi, because it was man.
There's not really any way to tell, right? Because it's like all the men that she interacted with abused her.
Yeah,
and like really like gender aside, Suge was the only person that ever really like loved
besides
her.
Nettie, right? And Nettie was gone by then,
and was her sister.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and let me tell you, when she found the letter, when Suge went outside to the mail and got the letter, and then she saw that all that time she thought her sister was dead and her sister was alive. That thing touched I was actually crying. I was crying. However, I will say this in the end. Because the way we had said it, I was thinking that Mr. died, but Mr. didn't die. Mr. It has this backdrop, so it's silhouettes where now Nettie and Celie are doing this, and Mr. walks by. I wish he would have died. I'm sorry. I mean, eventually we know he would have, but he was such an asshole. And she said, "Until you do right by me." So he should have done right by her, and then he could have just died from there. I would have been fine with that. I don't wish death on anyone. This is just a character. Danny Glover was he was hateable. Yeah. Oh, he was hateable. Yeah. Oh, he did. And how did this movie not win? Well, of course, we know it's.
What racism. Year was it, girl?
It was in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Even with the white director, they were still like
a little bit too much brown and black in here. And just to
I
see
feel uncomfortable. Well, no, but did you know also, I mean, this is like a very big aside, but I think up until either this year or like the last like 2 or 3 years, Academy members were not required to watch all of the movies prior to voting.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. So they'd be like, that's like a black film. I'm not going to watch that. That's not for me.
Lord have mercy. Wow. I did not know that. Because
that was why people were actually surprised that Sinners didn't win more this year, because they were like, so you like were forced to watch that, like, and you did watch it and you still didn't vote for it.
And I love that movie. So let's do some Black Joy, because I mean we could go on, and I can't wait to talk about Michael in a couple of weeks when I come back. But so my Black Joy is this. Did you see this Instagram thing where it's just some guy holding a phone and it's the end of a marathon? And so you see this black guy running by him. And so there's a guy, the finish line is like right over there. And you can see in the distance a white guy. He hasn't reached the finish line. His hands are raised and he's celebrating and people are screaming. And then you hear the guy on the phone like, get him. Get him, get him. And you see the black guys running. White guy still celebrating. Black guy running, and ran right past him and beat him. And got first place. And, you know, of course, I'm not going to focus on that part. Of course, you know, there were some comments like, oh, that was cheap. And, you know, like really like trying to.
What's cheap is celebrating before you won, bitch.
But it was just so funny when I tell you that guy was running. He was running his hardest, and the guy on the camera was like, "Get him! Get him! Get him!" Anyway, that just brought me so much joy, and so with that, I believe we're coming to the end of the show. But I'm excited because Brendan was working on a project before I showed up. And where can they find us now?
You can find us on YouTube. You can find us anywhere the podcast hit the street.
Yes, Apple,
Amazon,
Spotify,
14 other ones I never heard of, but no offense, we love you. Please send us money.
Hey. We want to hear, we actually now it's going to be more important than ever that you are giving us ratings, thumbs up.
Yeah, give us feedback.
We want to hear from you on the apps. Make sure you give us 5 stars because we deserve it.
Sure do. Send it to a friend. Even if all you do is like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's important now. So anyway, this has been Kisses from Kenya. Oh, we need a sign off now officially. So, okay, let's do it one more time. This has been Kisses from Kenya. Mwah! There we go.
See you next time.
Later.